Hi, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com with another Christmas tune for you. This week we're going to be doing the 12 Days of Christmas. Grab your C harmonica and play along. We're going to go through the first 5 rounds because they're building, so we need to get the pattern of them. And then from round 5 onwards, I'll just tell you the pattern so you've got the full tune at the end of this. So without further ado, we'll start at the beginning with On the First Day of Christmas, My True Love Sent to Me. Okay, I'll play that a little bit slower again. See if you can see the tab on the screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this line is going to be the first line of every verse. So you've got to memorize this line, and it's 6, 6, 6, blow. So 6 blow, 6 blow, 6 blow, 7 blow, 7 blow, 7 blow, 7 draw, 7 blow, 8 draw, 8 blow, 9 draw, 8 draw, and 8 blow to finish. As I say, this will start every verse, although some verses you might want to add an extra little syllable, one extra little note. For example, the second day of Christmas, you would perhaps want to articulate second day of instead of first day of. It's one extra little note there. So that would be an extra 7 blow. So you would go 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7. So that just means one extra 7 blow in there. But you could just play the exact same version for the subsequent verses and it wouldn't really matter. So that's our first line. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Now, a partridge in a pear tree. I'll play that once more slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you might have heard I jumped the gun a little bit with that line, and that's because in subsequent verses we're going to add an extra note just to the start of that line. So in the following verses it will be and a partridge in a pear tree because we're adding the other objects, all these ridiculous gifts, before that line. So in the subsequent verses it's going to be an extra 8 blow just at the start of this line. But in the first verse we've just got 9 draw, 9 blow, 10 draw, 9 draw, 8 blow, 7 blow, 8 draw, 7 blow. So okay, so the first verse in full, I'll just play it for you. Play along if you can. I'll count us in on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good, really good. So that's the first verse. The second verse, as I say, the first line of this verse is going to be the same. You might add that one extra syllable in. Like that. On the second day of Christmas. But it's the same line. And, or the same line, sorry. And what we're going to do now is, we've got the first line and the final line of the verse. The first verse only has those 2 lines. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me, a partridge in a pear tree. What we're going to do now is fill that gap with more and more objects. So our first and our last lines are going to stay the same, but we've got to add objects in between. So we've next got 2 turtle doves. Okay? 2 turtle doves, 9 blow, 8 draw, 8 blow, 9 draw. So that's 2 turtle doves. So for the second verse, we'd have, on the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. We've done that tab already. 9, 2 turtle doves, which we've just done. 9 blow, 8 draw, 8 blow, 9 draw. And then, and a partridge in a pear tree. So at this point, we play a partridge in a pear tree. We're just going to put an 8 blow at the start of it. So you'll notice that line is the same as the last line of the first verse, just with an 8 blow at the start of it. So I'll just play that for us now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the second verse in full would sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. So, what would happen with the next two verses is we'd have 3 French hens, and then we'd have 4 calling birds in the fourth verse. They would follow the same pattern of notes as 2 turtle doves. So it would just be, that's 3 French hens, 3 French hens. French takes up those 2 middle notes. French. Okay, so. And then 4 calling birds would just be the same. Okay, so by the time you got to the fourth verse, you're going 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. So that would be. And a partridge in a pear tree. So those first 4 verses, they're building that line every time. So you've got that repeated line for 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. I'm having to look what the words are. Does anyone really know the words to this song? But the next verse, we would get onto 5 gold rings. So that would be a little bit different. I'm just going to play the fourth verse in full just before I go on to the next for the 5 gold rings, just because I want you to hear this combination of lines. So this would be a full fourth verse on the 4th day of Christmas, Much You Love Gave to Me. Play along if you think you can. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good, good. So that would take us up to the 4th verse. The 5th verse, everyone's favourite part, I think, 5 gold rings. 5 gold rings. So that's 9 blow, 10 draw, 9 draw, 9 blow. I'll play that once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Once more. Now the reason I said I'd do the first 5 verses then talk about the pattern is because at this point the previous lines we've sung, so 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, those lines actually take a different melody from this point. Now that might sound confusing. When you sing it, it's very intuitive. If you're used to singing this at Christmas, before I started to do this lesson, I wouldn't have even been aware of this because you're doing it unconsciously. When you're singing it, you'd 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, da 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 da. That whole melody is actually slightly different from the previous verses. So it's worth us going through these lines in this verse. Then it will make sense as a pattern from now on. So after 5 gold rings, we've got 4 golden rings, 4 calling birds, which is 9 blow, 9 draw, 8 blow, 8 draw, 7 blow. And then the 3 French hens would be, good bit this, 9 draw, 6 draw, 7 blow. 3 French hens. Everyone loves the French hens. Okay, and then our final line before it just goes back to "And a partridge in a pear tree." 2 turtle doves. Oh, I sang that completely out of tune. 2 turtle doves. And then, and a partridge in a pear tree. Just as we've done in the previous verses. So what I'm going to do is play the fifth verse, just from 5 gold rings on, so you can follow those lines. So I'm going to start with 5 gold rings. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I stopped clicking along then because I thought, I'm out of time here. I'm going to play that once more just so you can hear that verse. Okay, so that would be the second half of the 5th verse. From 5 gold rings. So we'd have, on the 5th day of Christmas my true love gave to me, just as we have at the start of every other verse. And then 5 gold rings, 4 cunning birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, so all you need to do now is add in each subsequent line for the following verses. And they're all the same melody, so it makes it very easy. So we'd have 6 geese a laying, and then we'd have 7 swans a swimming, 8 meads a milling, all the others up to 12 drummers drumming. But all of these lines would take this form. Okay? Da 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 da. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum. 6 geese a laying, 9 ladies dancing, 11 pipers piping. It's all the same, it doesn't matter which verse. So this would tag on the front of, it would be before 5 gold rings. So you'd have, on the first day of Christmas my true love sent to me. And let's say we're doing 6 geese a laying. 6 geese a laying. And then 5 gold rings. And continue on as normal. 4 calling birds. And so on. Each of the following verses would just have an extra one of these lines. So let's say by the time we get to the last verse, 12 drummers drumming, we'd have, on the first day of Christmas my true love sent to me. And then 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10, they'd all be. It's quite good to practice that line over and over. That might have sounded complicated in lots of notes, but it was just that da 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 da. And then that again. Okay, so when you get up to the final verses, it's just a case of counting those, making sure you're doing the right ones, and when you get to 5 gold rings, that's the important part, you've got to switch to 5 gold rings. Okay, that would give you the full tab if you add all those together for the whole song. I hope this hasn't been too confusing. It's quite difficult to explain these verses as you go along, so let me know if you have any questions about this. I hope you've enjoyed learning this song, and I'm going to be back with another Christmas song next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, so send me your requests and I'll try to get one of your requests done in the build up to Christmas. Okay, have fun with this and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.